Hi, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be focusing on goal setting, and I'm going to share the New Perspectives goal setting strategy sheet that I've created. I've used this sheet to help me achieve goals over the years, but I also use it to help my clients achieve the goals that they create for their business and their life as well. This strategy sheet is broken down into 5 areas, and the first area is to help you define your goal. The clearer you are when you set your goal, the more clarity you have on exactly what it is you want to achieve, the more chances you have in achieving your goal, because you have more clarity and you'll know exactly when you've actually achieved it. We'll also move on into actually looking at what support structure you'll need in place. Do you need any support from other people? Do you need things in place to actually help you achieve the goal? Is there any learning that you need to have in place? We move on into defining some clear action steps. Take immediate action towards achieving your goal. Then the fourth part is creating a review system. The more often and frequent you review your goals, the more chances again you increase of achieving your goal, because it's in your mind and you're working towards it on a regular basis. And then the final part is to make a commitment, a statement on achieving your goal, so you increase the importance of the goal. So in this video, I decided to share a goal that I created some months ago, where I wanted to help raise money for cancer research. And I used this sheet to help create the goal, and this is the actual copy that I created. So I thought the best way to walk you through how the sheet can help you define and increase your chances of achieving your goal by sharing one of the goals that I've actually used this for as well. So in the first section, we look at defining your goal. So I mentioned before, this is where we're looking at the outcome. So what is the clear outcome, result you want to achieve? How will you know when you've achieved this goal? You need to be crystal clear with your outcome. The more defined you are with knowing exactly when you'll know when you've achieved it, the better it is for you. An ambitious goal should be both scary and achievable with a bit of a stretch. And it should also be relevant, of course, for your business and life. So in my case here, we've got to help raise money for cancer research by completing the cancer research 30-day 100 a day push-up challenge on the 30th of November. So that was the base challenge, the base goal, but I decided to make it a bit more challenging for me. So my stretch is to do the 100 push-ups a day for 30 days, but to do it within 10 minutes, which is a bit crazy for me at the time because I could barely do 20 push-ups. But then I decided to add a 20-minute HIIT workout, which is if you've heard of him, Joe Wicks body coach workout, to do that straight after doing the push-ups, and then get my pull-up bar out and do 30 pull-ups as well. So that's what I wanted to commit to, which was, I suppose, a little bit scary, a bit ambitious, considering the amount of push-ups I could do at that time, but that was what I decided to commit to. So we move on then into the why. So why is this goal so important to you? And you'll have your own reasons as you're completing this form. But the more important and personal the goal is to you, the more passionate you'll be towards achieving it. So this will also help should roadblocks crop up when working on your actions. And this tends to always happen, that whenever you're working on a goal, whether it be on business or in life, that life has a habit of showing up and throwing roadblocks in your way. So by having some form of idea of why this goal is important to you, then that will help you when roadblocks do appear, because you'll know that you've got passion and determination towards achieving that goal, and that passion and determination will help you should the going get tough. So for me, my mum was such an important part of this goal. I lost my mum, unfortunately, to cancer many years ago, and Cancer Research is an important charity to me. Their research is saving lives, and obviously I wanted to be a part of helping raising money so that they can continue their great work. So that was quite easy for me to put down. But when you're going through your goal, have a think about, why is achieving this goal so important to you? And the more personal you make it, the better it will be for achieving. When is the next section. So when will you achieve this goal? Is the date realistic, and is it achievable? If it's not, could it be achievable through additional support? For me, this is straightforward because Cancer Research set the goal date for the 30th of November, so I didn't have any choice at all. I had to commit and get this done by the 30th of November. But of course, for you, just put in there whatever date that you need to commit to achieving the goal, and just do a sanity check on whether it's realistic and if it's achievable. And if it's not, could it be achievable through additional support? And that's of course why I've put C next step, because in step 2, we look at what will you need to achieve your goal. And this is broken down into a number of different parts. The first part here is identity. So what behaviors or habits do you need to achieve this goal? What sort of person would nail this goal, and who do you need to be? Having an identity or knowing what type of person would achieve or nail the goal can really help with mindset, because if you then start to look at that identity and you build your daily habits and behaviors around that identity, that can really help with momentum towards achieving the goal. So for me, with my goal for cancer research, I thought about an athlete would nail this goal. So I will create my athlete mindset by making this goal a habit. So when I wake up in the morning, I'll create a habit by ensuring my workout clothes are by my bed. So when I wake up each morning, my clothes are there, and I'll just do the challenge, and it'll be the first thing that I do. So for you, have a think about your goal. Who would nail this goal that you're creating? Is it someone that you know? Is it somebody you work with? Or is it somebody that perhaps is famous or you've read about in the past? That will help you determine what behaviors and identities perhaps they've exhibited over the years, and then you can look at seeing whether you can adopt those types of behaviors and habits yourself. The next section is North Star. Now, I've done another video about this. North Star is about creating an inspirational symbol for you to help you smash your goal. And the symbol could be anything from watching an inspirational video, it could be to read some form of inspirational message, it could be an inspirational quote, a poem, some section in a book that's inspired you before, it could be a picture or an ornament or an object. But for me, this was more audible, and it sounds crazy, but I decided to listen to the Rocky soundtrack as I was actually doing my workout for this challenge. So I put the Rocky soundtrack on and I listen to that every day. And I don't know what it is about the music. Maybe it's because I've watched Rocky so many times, but I found that really inspirational. And to be honest, it made it easier to go through the challenge every day, because some days I was waking up at 6 a.m. or earlier working on this challenge, and this helped me really move forward. So for you, have a think about what symbol could inspire you to help you achieve the goal. It could be the moment you look at it, you go, that's it, I'm totally inspired to do it. Sounds nuts, but it does really, really help. So moving on, the next section is help from others. So do you need help from others to achieve this goal? If so, what? For me, I thought obviously sponsorship, raising money for this challenge and for cancer research, but also support from my friends on Facebook would be a huge help to achieve this goal. I decided that I'll ensure that I'll use Facebook to raise awareness of the push-up challenge. And I'll also use a push-up app, which I found on the iPhone store, which I place the phone below me and it records every single push-up that I do. I can't cheat. I have to do every single push-up. It records each individual one. And that will actually help me prove every day that I've actually achieved that goal on that day. For your goal, have a think about what it is that you need from others. Is it knowledge you need? Is it some form of assistance? Or could it be accountability, which is actually moving on into the next section. So accountability is a key part of goal setting. Some people find it easy to be accountable themselves, but it really does help having an accountability partner. For my clients, I'm often their accountability partner, where we agree a structure in place that they message me daily or weekly when they've carried out the actions that they've committed to. And if I don't receive the message when they say that they're going to send it, then I'll ping them a message to check if everything is okay. That rarely ever happens, because they've used this worksheet and actually created that passion and determination and accountability behind the goal. They're able to just go ahead with the actions and ping me a message to say, Kev, I've completed my actions for this day or for this week, and so on. But for this goal, I thought, because I'm going to be posting my progress every day on Facebook, that's enough accountability for me, because I'm going to be proving to the world that every day I've done these push-ups. So I decided to post a screenshot of the push-up app every day. I also occasionally shared what particular HIIT workout I did, and even recorded myself doing pull-ups and push-ups. And on the last day, I was shattered, but I still posted the final video on the 30th day doing my 100th push-up. So again, have a think about, would an accountability partner help you? And if so, who could that be? And then contact them and see if they'll agree to be your accountability partner. The next section is roadblocks. So this is all about life showing up and getting in the way. I often find with myself, my own goals, and obviously my clients as well, is that when they create a goal, the life shows up and something happens to try and get in the way of them working towards their actions to achieving the goal. So have a think about what could prevent you from working on your actions and achieving your goal in the future. What could you put in place right now to prevent the roadblock from happening, or at least to minimize its impact? So for my goal, I thought, well, I think lack of energy could be a potential roadblock for me. So I thought, what could help me ensure that I don't have a lack of energy? For me, it was ensuring I hydrate myself and I have high energy food. So I decided to drink at least 3 liters of water every day, and then also to eat healthy foods and to avoid junk food and alcohol. And that's what I committed to. But again, have a think about in the future, as you're working towards your goals, what could get in the way and what could you put in place to prevent that or minimize the impact of that roadblock. The next section, section 3, is all about the actions. So this is looking at section 1 and 2 and writing down what actions you've determined from going through those 2 sections. Now, as we've discussed already, there are 3 actions that I decided to commit to. The first one is to prep my gym gear. So I decided to place my workout clothes by my bed so that when I wake up, I'll get changed immediately and I'll go and do the workout. And of course, I'll prep my gym gear every evening before I go to bed, so it's ready for the following morning to do the workout. The completion date is the 30th of November. The second action was obviously to increase my energy. So I decided that my action will be to drink at least 3 liters of water every day and to eat healthy meals. The completion date again was the 30th of November. And then the workout routine, first step was 100 push-ups within 10 minutes, which was nuts at the time, but I did do it. The second one was a 20-minute Joe Wicks high-intensity interval training workout. And then the third step is 30 pull-ups using my pull-up bar. So by having visibility on this form every day, I was able to tick off what I did towards achieving the goal. So this section here is all about just listing what actions you've determined as you've gone through section 1 or 2, and even think about any more specific actions that you could put there right now. Now, when I'm working with my clients, they decide on a goal, I always encourage them to take immediate action, just a small step right now that they can complete to achieving that goal. And it really helps to get the momentum going to achieving the goals. Have a think about what it is you could do right now. It could be making a phone call, sending an email, doing a little bit of research. It is, then just have to think about it and take that action right now. For me, when I filled out this sheet, that I said I'm going to sign up to the challenge on the Cancer Research website, and I'm going to share that on Facebook. So then I've totally committed to the world. I'm actually up for this challenge. And I did that immediately when I decided to work on this goal. Section 4, the penultimate section, is review. Reviewing goals on a regular basis is really key. Now, when I work with my clients, they create, or I help them create, a structure to review their goals on a regular basis. Some like to review 1 goal per day, so maybe 5 days a week if they've got 5 goals, or some prefer to review their goals on a daily basis. It really depends on what works for you. I decided to review every day because I was working on the goal every single day for 30 days and I was posting my updates every day. So that's what I put here. But have a think about what would work for you. The more often you review your goal, the more it will appear in your mind and the more visibility of the goal in your mind, and ensure you don't forget about it, because there's so many people that do create goals and New Year's resolutions, and 2 weeks in they've forgotten about them, and often it's because they don't have visibility of it because they're not reviewing the goal enough. So that's so important to have a think about it and complete that section. And then the final section, section 5, is commitment, and this is your commitment statement. Why will you commit to achieving your goal? What I found is that when many people agree to terms and conditions and they sign an agreement, it's quite a formal thing and it's a legally binding contract. And if you imagine that this commitment statement is a legally binding contract with yourself, that you will do the work necessary to achieving the goal, then it really sets it in stone to actually achieve the goal. So I've used some formal words here, and these are words of your own choice, but I hereby pledge that I will complete this challenge in 30 days. Cancer researchers' work helps save lives, and the money raised through this challenge will help them continue to save lives. And it's really just pulling the why statement that we created earlier on in the form and placing it here, then signing it and then dating it. So that completes this video going through the strategy sheet for goal setting. I wish you all of the best in your goals. If you need any assistance with your goals, then contact me and we can create a coaching strategy session for you, which I call a discovery session, to help review where you're at and what you're looking to achieve in your business and life. But if you check the links below, you'll see where you can sign up for that. So I wish you all the best and thanks for watching.